Listen, this is where the community comes together. This is reality. This is how sick and sad our world has become. I have just recently undiscovered an incident in Rochester of an elderly man who fell to a ground because he was losing oxygen. He couldn't breathe. He was able to maintain and call 911. A private contracting company for EMS for that city had showed up. In the process of this man being loaded to the thing, he reached out and to the EMS worker and grabbed her arm and said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I need help. I need oxygen." What did she do in response? She called the police. She called the police, and the police showed up, and they told him he needed to exit that vehicle right now. He said, "Sir, I will exit the vehicle. I can't breathe. What would you have done?" He said, this is what the officer said, and it's in video. "Well, if I couldn't breathe, I would have calmed myself and collected myself a little better. But you need to get off the truck, and you need to get off the truck right now." And he said, "I'll get off the truck." Multiple police and 2 EMS workers seen him get off the truck. You can clearly hear he's struggling to breathe. An older individual man doing nothing wrong besides calling for help. What has happened? He gets off the truck. He goes, sits down on the nearest park bench, man-made park bench. He's sitting there for a few seconds. Police are standing around doing nothing. The EMS sitting around complaining about how he reacted in disgust because he was fighting for his life. A few seconds later, he falls to the ground face down. 3 minutes later, the police are all standing around. The supervisor pulls up and he's at the investigation. He notices, turns his flashlight on. He's bleeding from the mouth, face down on the ground, barely alive, no vitals. Then they realize something's wrong. You can hear the EMS worker that demanded him to get off the truck because he was in dire help of "I can't breathe," and executed off the truck. Demanded by a police and an EMS worker for calling for help, 911, "I can't breathe." Now he's without oxygen. He's bleeding from the mouth. The individual turns him over, realizes he's got no pulse. What happens next? They rush him to the hospital. It takes him nearly 15 minutes prior to get him to somewhat revive. Damage is done. This isn't a made-up story. This is reality. Stop taking focus off that stupid ass stuff that's over there in Minneapolis right now and all these people protesting their rights. What about this man's rights? 2 weeks life support. What happens? He didn't survive. These people need to be fully... Ooh, this makes me so mad. They need to be prosecuted to the full extent. Here's the talk of it right now. Now that it's public knowledge, not only should they lose their job, they should be held in prison for a very long time. But you know what happens? This is what disgusts me more than anything. You're an EMS worker and you're a police officer. You go under extreme physical and mental training to be in these positions, to handle situations like this. And not one individual says, "Oh, I don't like the way he handled me because he said he couldn't breathe. Get him off my truck." They support him. What is your job? So not only do you go under extensive training to have this certification and license and everything else, and you treat a human being like this, I'll tell you what, this is what I'm sick of. These police officers, yes, they go under a lot of stress and everything else, I'm not gonna lie, but what they do and getting a slap on the wrist, losing pension or pay, what, maybe $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a year, that justifies what they did? That's not enough. This needs to be prosecuted to the full extent, and I think people should stop focusing on every other bullcrap thing that they can't ever take control of with what's going on with the government. Wake up, people. But trained individuals to treat an older man like this, I'm going to leave the link to this video down below. Make this go viral. If you have any type of heart for anything, it doesn't matter about sex, race, creed, or politics. This is about a human being asking for help. Put all your bullshit aside. Watch this video and get justice for this man. Sad.